There are more podcasts on YouTube than there are stars in the night sky. Everyone has been convinced that they're a unique, special little butterfly and that their insight is invaluable. And now that there's so much easy access to recording equipment, everyone gets this insidious little idea planted deep in their noodle that it's time to start a podcast. And my God, I tell you, it's a plague. It's a
Did
disease.
he just fucking call the brain the noodle? Hey, I don't know much about biology, but the brain is not a noodle. The fuck?
A virus that's infecting the mind of the most insecure and insufferable people of all time. For some reason, once that AT-2020 touches their hand, they just scream their insecurity from the mountaintop with authority, proudly. And it blows my mind, but I've never seen insecurity projected quite like what I'm about to show you today. So I am still shocked that he hasn't scrubbed this podcast episode from the entire cyberspace, just wiped it from the internet. Like, if this was a clip of mine, I would have paid every penny I have to my name in order to ensure this never sees the light of day again, that this clip stays buried. Like the fucking Millennium Puzzle from Yu-Gi-Oh! It is...
What a fucking weird hairstyle. I'm just looking at him like, what is he? Is this like a Jesus, fucking Jesus thing? Like, is he trying to be Jesus? Like, is he trying to be like, fucking, is he trying to be like LGBTQ friendly? Like, I don't know what's going on, bro. This is like the Karen look. I've never seen anybody ever do this. The Karen look with like a beard. This is like what a transgender Karen would look like.
that embarrassing. Like, you couldn't lock me up in Guantanamo Bay and torture this clip out of me, and yet he still has it on his channel. So the podcast is like a bootleg Fresh and Fit, where they just get a bunch of women together and ask them stupid questions and then rate each other's beauty.
Hey man, I know low likes, cause I'm low, but it doesn't get lower than being called the fucking bootleg version of Fresh and Fit. That is low. That is diving.
And
Fuck
then he
me.
gets really offended, like visibly upset, and I really thought he was going to start bawling his eyes out, crying in the fetal position. And I've watched a couple of their episodes now because I was curious if this was like an isolated thing. But no, this is pretty common. This is like a staple in their show from what I can tell, where they just have this section where they ask the women that they bring on to rate their beauty. The rate the podcast host's beauty.
Listen, ladies, we're rating just off physical appearance, just off beauty, okay? Same standards. Trust me, we're not gonna get hurt, okay?
That's the biggest lie ever told since the time Kellogg's tried to convince the world that sugar doesn't make
This
you
is gonna
fat.
be great. I can fucking tell.
So, the segment is rate our appearance, basically, which is some actual middle school, literal baby brain man-child behavior shit. That is insecurity at its finest. To have the women you bring on as guests rate your appearance. That's
It's not insecurity. It's just content. They're trying to make content. They're trying to blow up, and it worked to a certain extent. It definitely worked. You know.
so stupid.
talking about?
I'm surprised they don't also play Spin the Bottle and Truth or Dare. And maybe they do. I've only watched a couple of their episodes. But he says that they're not going to get offended with the ratings. Well, do I have news for you?
All right, cool.
Stop being delusional.
What the fuck?
All right, so now what I want you to do is, ladies, real quick, don't fucking waste my time. Rate the guys. Do me a favor, Josh. Stand up real quick, man. Everybody look at him once, man. He's not going to stand up again, all right? So I want you to rate me, my co-host, and then our fucking producer. Go, from 1 to 10. Just off beauty. Go.
When he does these sections, it really seems like he's some kind of basketball coach who's really upset at the team. Like, he gets very aggressive with all of it. Like, don't waste my fucking time. Listen, we're going to do the drill right now. We're going to do it right. So stand the fuck up, Josh. Look at him. Now spin around, Josh. Okay, good. Drop your pants, Josh. Good. Now rate everything you just saw. Now, don't waste my time. Like, I don't know why he gets, like, so upset even before they hear ratings. Like, he immediately goes into these sections combative. And I watched the whole episode up until this point. Like, he's pretty blunt and, like very much so most of the time. But when it gets to this one in particular, he's, like, angry. Like, even before anything happens, he's already angry.
Speak into the fucking mic.
I would rate you.
First you're rating me, and then him,
Him?
and then
Okay.
him. Go.
I'll rate you a 7.
All right, what is he?
I'll rate you an 8,
All right.
and I'll.
Oh no. He's like, all right. Oh
rate
no.
Josh an 8 also.
Okay, what about you? Go.
I would rate you a
If it ain't snowing, nah, it's crazy.
Okay.
9.
Okay. Come on, he just fucking stood up, bro. Like, come on.
I don't even know what he's getting upset with here. She only took like an extra 2 seconds to take another look at the guy. It's like
By
he
the way, they're being very fucking generous. 7, 6, 9, they're being generous,
just
bro.
lost a gold split in a speed run to this extra 2-second time loss. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know why he's so on edge. It seems like he just really hates the guests that they bring on. Because when he's talking to his boys, he's like much more jovial and joking and smiley. But the second the conversation shifts to the rest of the class here, like the group of women over there, he turns into like a drill sergeant and starts getting extremely serious and loud. So I don't know why they even bring on women to this podcast when they don't even really want them there. And I also don't know why women keep agreeing to go on shows like these, because half the time it's them just like saying,
you want them there because they're making you content, you know? They want to be there too because they're part of the fucking content. Some people don't give a fuck about how dumb they look. They don't care how dumb they look. They don't care. That's why you don't see them giving a fuck. Like, you know? I'm pretty sure if they brought more women that actually cared to fucking argue, and they probably did, they'll probably get smoked. I'm talking about Fresh and Fit, by the way. Like, they'll probably get smoked by these women, but for the most part, you know, they are getting girls who are either OnlyFans models or some crazy shit like that. And, you know, it always ends up with them getting a plug on their Instagram. And it's all really transactional. And they don't know much about the world because they're like fucking 18 years old. And they're fucking 22 at most. So they don't really know shit about the world either. But they just get them there and they fucking embarrass the shit out of them. You know? But if you get somebody who actually gives a fuck to have these conversations that actually has life experience, and you get like a group of women around, like they would fucking smoke them. There's a difference between like 18-year-olds who have no idea about life versus an actual person. And even if they do get like 30-year-olds, I'm not saying they're not getting 30-year-olds in their show, they're getting like deluded ass crazy 30-year-olds, you know? Which is like the environment that they're in, probably. They just surround themselves with these women, and you know, I don't know. That's probably what it is as well.
saying you're not good looking and shit like that. Like, right after this rating section of rating the podcast hosts go through and rate all the women. And they literally give them 2s, 3s, and 4s. And make sure that they know that the hosts don't find them attractive. So I don't really get why women keep signing up for this shit just to get insulted by podcast hosts. And they don't say anything or do anything.
Exactly, because they don't have to do anything. You know what I'm saying? They don't. That's not what they're there for. They're there for the fucking plug. They're just trying to plug their shit. They don't have argument points. Like, they don't have... Like, you're literally ready to fucking argue with somebody. Like, you have all the fucking stats ready, all the fucking information ready to fucking attack somebody and fucking argue with somebody. Well, this chick is like fucking 22 or some shit. She probably has no fucking clue about nothing. And you're fucking giving her statistics about how many men are depressed or some dumb shit and trying to fucking argue with a fucking 18-year-old. You're trying to fucking argue with an 18-year-old. Like, you know, so in most cases for the women, it's, you know, they just don't, they're oblivious to it, I think. That's the best way to fucking describe it. I don't think it's much harder to argue or to fucking debate with an actual person. Because I think women are even more persistent. Because women are annoying in debates. I fucking hate debates. It's like,
The women will insult each other sometimes. Like, they don't ever push back against the hosts at all, so then they just walk away looking silly from all of it. Like, all of it is just a net loss for the women that go on these shows. I don't know why they keep doing it.
I would say 9.
All right. What about you over there? Go.
2.
Okay.
I would give him a 9.
Okay. What is she over there?
I would give him a 10 because he
Okay.
invited me.
All right. So again, you sound like a stupid ass bitch. I'm trying to figure
Yo.
out why you rated me
Yo,
a
what
2
the
because
fuck?
we're not going off our interactions. We're going off
Yo,
feeling.
yo,
don't like that.
wait.
I don't give a fuck. He's light skinned just like me, and you just gave him a 9. You gave me a 2. You only gave me a 2 because of
Yo, how you gonna ask to be rated and then be mad when they rate you? What the fuck?
the whole interaction that we've been having, right? So do me a favor, get the fuck up and get the fuck out.
Oh no.
Yeah, get out.
Spoken like a
Get the
man
fuck
whose feelings
out.
weren't hurt at all and wasn't offended by the 2 rating. So he tries to justify it.
Yo, she said you a 2. He's like, yo, that's why you're a fucking stupid bitch. That's such a fucking diva thing to do, bruh. That is so opposite of what you're trying to achieve. I mean, you're not trying to achieve anything really. You're just right-wing virtue signaling. You know, that's what it seems like, right? Yeah. He killed me though. He said, yo, you a dud. This is why you're a fucking stupid bitch. Cause you don't think I'm attractive. You would have been smart. If you thought I was attractive, you would have been a genius. But you think I'm a 2? You a dumb bitch. For real.
With
Love that,
you only
bro.
rated me a 2 because we had a disagreement earlier, which I guess they did, but even still, this is an extreme overreaction to getting rated a 2. The insecurity is palpable. You can fucking taste the salt here.
So what the fuck?
Stupid ass bitch.
Stupid ass bitch. Dog,
Make
what
sure she
is
gets her
this,
bag and
bro?
phone too. Make sure she doesn't take the wrong fucking phone, dummy. All right, cool. So now, again,
You can actually hear that lump in his throat start to form from all the emotion.
Fucking hell, this is such a loser thing to do. Oh my god. These people are losers, bro. Fuck me, that was so fucking... Bro, that is such a fucking loser-ass thing to do. It is absurd. Jesus Christ. He's like, yeah, bitch.
Emotion building up inside of him.
You too, bitch.
Get out of here, stupid bitch. Hey, make sure she grabs the right phone and not someone else's phone because she's so dumb she probably won't know which one's her phone. Dumb idiot.
I mean, to be fair, she could be confused. I mean, yeah, I don't want people to grab my phone too. You know, to be fair, you know.
She's real stupid. You're stupid. I'm a 2. No, you're a 2. Unsurprisingly, this turned their own community against them for the episode. A lot of the chat messages pop up on screen, so you're just seeing things popping up saying like, damn, just because she gave you a 2, what the fuck? Or something like this where it's like, thought you wanted your show to last. Like, come on, man. It's because it's ridiculous. It's very clear temper tantrum over getting a 2. If you were someone that was actually getting pussy, if you were really slamming ham and glazing donuts, you wouldn't
what?
care if one girl didn't find you attractive or rejected you.
Bro, what
You
the
wouldn't
fuck?
care. You would
Did
let.
you just say slamming ham and grabbing donuts? What the fuck, bro? What type of fucking language is that? I've never heard that. Slapping ham. Hold on. Wait, what? Bro, I've seen a lot of fucking episodes of The Office. Okay, I am in tune with the white culture. I know slangs. I've seen Friends. So no one told you, but I have never fucking heard this.
It's because it's ridiculous. It's very clear temper tantrum over getting a 2. If you were someone that was actually getting pussy, if you were really slamming ham and glazing donuts,
Yo,
you
what the fuck, bro? Bro, I've seen, what's that show called? Dude Perfect? Or no, I said Dude Perfect, fucking retarded. No, what was that fucking show called? Fuck me. Dumb and Dumber? Not even Dumb and Dumber. Dude, where's my car? Fucking so, Dude, where's my car? That's like as white boy culture as it gets, but I have never heard slamming ham and glazing
wouldn't
donuts.
care.
I did. Glazing donuts makes sense. Slamming ham is a new one.
or if one girl didn't find you attractive or rejected you, you wouldn't care. You would laugh it off like a normal person. So one girl gives you a 2 and it shatters your whole ego and you publicly melt down about it. That's such a bad and embarrassing look. And he tries to justify it, like I said, by saying, she only gave me that 2 because of our negative interaction from moments ago. Just pure huffing of copium.
we're just going off physical beauty, okay? Not what we've been talking about, not my fucking arguments, not on none of that, okay? I want you to rate me, him, and then him. Go.
Can you stand up for a second?
You didn't see me before the show?
Yeah, but
You
I just
stupid
forgot.
bitch. Hey, you
I mean,
stupid bitch. You ain't seen me for the show, ho? Yo, that is a great way of talking to my friend. That is great advice right there.
Just 10. It's not that hard. Okay.
bro.
You're an 8.
God damn it, bro. Go ahead, rate him.
Podcast is now turned into like a hostage situation here. All the women seem on edge, and I actually just can't believe they didn't leave after that. Like, again, I don't understand why women keep signing up for this shit. Like, no one seems to be having any fun there. The hosts, especially.
I not to understand. Why are you so fucking flabbergasted by the idea of fucking people promoting themselves in their fucking Instagram page? Or whatever the fuck they're there for. It's fucking transactional. They're obviously not there just because, like, it's fucking, I hate this word, because, I mean, I agree with the greatest Canadian rapper of all time. His name starts with D. That's right. Dax. I agree with Dax, okay? I think the word clout, has been crazy fucked up. They fucked up that word. Because they're there for clout, and I don't mean that in a bad way, is what I'm trying to say, you know?
Especially don't seem to be having any fun. This guy's co-host seems miserable, but he does liven up it a little bit when he gets to rate the other women and gives them like 3s, 4s, and 5s and all that. But it's just so awkward and weird. The only explanation that I can come up with, the only rational way of explaining this, is that the reason women are signing up for this show or shows like it is because they're being paid for their time, so it's like an hourly wage just to go there and be insulted or bouncing stupid questions off of. That's the only thing that almost makes sense.
I mean, that makes sense too. But, yeah, that makes sense too. They could be getting paid. Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually. They probably are getting paid. That is interesting. They probably are getting paid, to be fair.
Like, so they just come on here to play a game of grade my friend's appearance for 2.5 hours or whatever. I mean, really, someone summed up the situation really nicely in the comments. They said, podcast is called Unfiltered, yet kicks a girl out for her opinion. And that is just such a nice, concise way of breaking it down and the silliness of all of it. Again, I watched a couple episodes just to try and get like an understanding of the content. It just, there's nothing there. Everyone seems miserable most of the time, or they bounce the dumbest questions around, and they always just do a grade our appearance thing, which, who wants to listen or watch that? Like, I as a viewer, let's say that I was a huge fan of this podcast, why would I want to keep seeing what women say about my podcast hosts? Like, why would I care? There's nothing there. There's no entertainment there, especially when one...
There is, because there's fucking viewership there, right? They're getting views. I don't know if they're getting views. Maybe they are. So there is obviously entertainment there. What the fuck? What are you trying to say, Brett? There is entertainment there. That's why the fucking show exists, okay? Or maybe
One of them is super insecure about all of it.
there are
He's gonna
people
freak
who are
out if he doesn't get a 9.
Okay, there are people who are interested in seeing people shit on women because they can't do it themselves. You know, it's like me watching UFC. I can't do it myself, but I could definitely fucking watch somebody fuck the shit out of somebody else, you know. And there are some people in this world, weird people, okay, that fucking like watching women get shit on or get shitted on. It makes sense. And there's an audience there, and to be honest with you, after the creation of this great community, there's going to be an audience for it 5 years later, maybe even 10 years later, okay? And that's just what it is. This community, like this whole red pill community, these weird people, are always going to exist the same way as like the fucking QAnon people are going to exist. The Illuminati people are always going to exist. Some people are probably going to be like, you know what? This idea is a bit crazy. And they're not going to be like, yo, Beyonce eats kids. Some people are going to be like, yeah, that's a bit crazy. But there is always going to be a person that's going to say, Beyonce eats kids. So does Oprah. I mean, Oprah's pretty fat, so it makes sense. But hey, that is what it is. So there was always going to be viewership for it. It's the fucking internet, bro. As big as it is, as somebody that's been in the internet for a very long time, like I know for a fact, as big as the internet gets, it's always going to be a weird place where everybody has their own little circle of weirdness. That's what it's always going to be, you know. Even it, like, as it doesn't matter how mainstream it's going to be. Like, the internet's always going to be the internet. And there's always going to be a bunch of fucking communities, little communities, that fucking do and say weird shit. That's what it is.